Trucker Todd here, and time for another video. Alright folks, it's been a couple of months now and I still haven't done an orientation video about my return to SRO Logistics. So in this video we're going to cover all that things, but before we do, give this video a thumbs up, share it on your social media platforms, and most importantly, make sure you're subscribed. Alright folks, let's not waste any more time. Let's jump into today's video. Here we go.
And this is why I do this, why I'm out here, why I keep that hammer down, flying by these road signs with home on my mind, with these wheels turning round, for my family and for my kids, for this life I wanna live. And this is why I do this.
Alrighty, we're back. And so since it's been a couple of months, I pulled out my tablet. I've got a calendar up. I've got my notes here. And I'm going to do my best to recollect everything to the best of my ability and tell you things as accurately I can as what happened. So when I was with B&Z, I picked up a load in Kansas City that was coming to St. Louis to drop on the yard. It was November 15th. The Tyson fight was going to be that evening. And the guy that was selling me the truck was driving down from his house, and we agreed to meet in St. Louis. That was at the Love's truck stop right by where the drop yard was, where I had to drop the trailer. Now, per my contract with B&Z Logistics, they have a shop that's about 40 or 50 miles away from that Love's, where we had to drop the trailer. I was mistaken. I thought it was like 20 something miles away. So the plan was to offload my stuff from the B&Z truck to the truck that I would be taking to SRO Logistics, and then we'd drive the 20 miles to the shop where I was contractually obligated to drop that truck and go about my way. I was originally going to take like an Uber or Lyft. The guy that was selling me the truck thought it was 20 miles. He's like, oh, I'll follow you over there. In his defense, he had never been there. He was going off what I told him. It ended up being closer to 50 miles, and he didn't complain or nothing. We took the truck to the shop where we were supposed to drop it, and we stopped at McDonald's, and then he brought me back. Now, when he brought it, he didn't have all the stickers off of it from when it was on his company. And so I didn't have a heat gun with me. I had brought a ton of stuff because when he got the truck, it was really messy. We weren't sure what stuff was usable. So I had my microwave, I had my TV, things like that, just in case. I brought a ton of tools because, you know, he said he's going to get the truck where it'd pass a DOT inspection, but it might need some little stuff beyond that. All of this, he was very honest and upfront with me about. I don't feel like he deceived me at all. He sent me pictures of everything, but it took some time for me to move my stuff from one truck to the other. While I was doing that, he went and bought a heat gun. He started trying to remove his company stickers. Once I got my stuff moved, I tried to get out and help him as best I could. We got a lot of it off, but honestly, we didn't get it all off. Now, let me show you this. A lot of people say, well, how do you transport a truck like that when you don't have stickers on it? I made these signs, not for hire. I put those on, and that allowed me to transport the truck from St. Louis, Missouri to Gulfport, where we could re-sticker it with SRO Logistics. I could pick up a permit book, things like that. So that was also the night the Tyson fight was coming on. And as you guys remember, the Tyson fight was late at night. So we got all the stickers and everything done as much as we could, delivered the truck. I hopped in this new Freightliner, well, new to me, and I took off driving. Now, it's a pretty good hop from I just paused the video and looked it up. According to Google, it's 651 miles from St. Louis, Missouri to Gulfport, Mississippi. And so I'd been awake all day. As I said, I had, delivered that load to their drop yard. I had been moving stuff all day. I knew that I probably could not drive the 651 miles safely. So I had told Scott what I'm going to do. I'm going to drive as far as I feel safe driving, and then I'm going to sleep and do the rest the next day. Scott was real understanding. Um, we had agreed probably meet sometime Saturday afternoon, and uh, and he was cool with that. Encouraging safety like always. He didn't pressure me. Hey, get here quick. Nothing like that. Hey, just do the best you can, but most importantly, be safe. And so that's one of the things I like about working here is that common sense and safety seem to win the day. And so I drove a pretty good distance, and then I did that video the next morning when I woke up that y'all saw, where I'm walking across the parking lot and I've got the truck bobtail there, and said that I was going back to SRO. And I don't know if y'all remember that video. It was a couple months ago. And so I ended up getting there late Saturday afternoon. I want to say it was around 4 or 5 o'clock. Um, and he had two guys there that was going through orientation. I was the third guy. Uh, the other two were not rehires. It was their first time there. I believe one of them had done the spot market before. One of them had not. And so they were about to go to dinner when I got there. The four of us went to dinner together. It was a place I'd been to before with Scott. Great food. Had a great time that evening. And the plan was that we would get up Sunday morning and sticker my truck, do the contracts, all of that, because I was already familiar with how things worked there. Now, Scott asked me if I had any questions, and I told him, yeah, I didn't remember the procedure for how he liked us to create a trip when we book a load. I said, hey, I just need a quick refresher and I'll be good. And so what we did is we spent the morning doing the contracts, getting the stickers on the truck, getting the ELD hooked up, all those fun things. That's when we removed the generator off the back, and he said he'd take a look at it and basically got those things ready. One of the guys was in a hotel. One of the guys was staying in his truck. They were going to come over, I want to say around 11 a.m. I don't remember the exact time. And he was going to show all of us, how to create a trip. So I would get my refresher and the other guys would learn for the first time. And then I'd be ready to go. Those guys still had some more loose ends to tie up, and that way they could resume their orientation. Now, for me, I had to go to Atlanta to get my trailer, and so I went over there, and it was like 400 miles over there. He did pay for my diesel, and he did pay me what I consider to be a reasonable rate to go over there and get it. I went over, picked up my trailer, and that's how that went. By the time I got the trailer and got it uh, through the inspection process, because it's actually a leased trailer, um, you want to do a real thorough inspection. Let me tell you why. Let's say I go in there and halfway do an inspection and there's a flat tire. Once I leave that lot, Scott's responsible for the trailer. So if there's something wrong with it, a door hinge broke, a light don't work, it suddenly becomes Scott's responsibility. A wheel seal that's bad, things like that, a massive air leak. So you want to thoroughly check the trailer so that I don't put Scott in a bad spot. You guys know that he's been really fair to me, so I try to be really fair to him, and I thoroughly went over that trailer. I didn't find anything wrong with it. And even now, 2 months later, it's been a really good trailer. We haven't had to do nothing to it. I mean nothing. And so it's been really good. As far as the two guys that I went through orientation with, I've talked to one of them once or twice. The other one I haven't heard much out of. We did all exchange numbers, and he gave everybody's number within the company and said, "Hey, if you have any questions, feel free to call any of them." Talked about areas we like to run, things like that. Said, for example, if you're in this area, you might call Todd. If you're in that area, you might call this person, like that, or whoever you're most comfortable working with. Of course, he offered to help if anybody needed help. Both the guys were kind of quiet. One of them was nervous because he had never done the spot market before, but from what I understand, they're both doing pretty well right now, and so that's good to hear. This was the largest orientation that SRO Logistics had ever done, with three of us being there. Usually it's a one-on-one type deal, which is really good. It gives you a chance to ask questions. You don't have that one guy in the class that's always asking the dumb questions. So yeah, I like his orientation style, and so yeah, it went really good. So that's how my orientation, my second orientation actually, at SRO Logistics went, and things have been going good. I'm going to do some videos now, and we're going to talk about loads I've done since I've been there. Y'all can kind of see I get a lot of questions about where I run, things like that. I'm not going to get too deep into the numbers because everybody's numbers will be different, but I'll try to answer general questions as best I can. All right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and hop off here. I hope this gives you a clearer understanding of what orientation was like at SRO Logistics. Some of you are asking about drug tests, things like that. I had done all of that prior to going there. That kind of streamlines orientation. Drug tests and all that had been done in advance. I needed to get an annual on my truck, and I did that on that Sunday afternoon on my way to Atlanta. And so yeah, that's what's going on. Truck passed with flying colors. Trailer's been great. Y'all stay with me, and I'll give you another update soon. All right, y'all have a great day. Bye bye.